Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
Hello out there in the podcast world. Once again, you've reached the Blind Tag. And my name is Big Dick Gideon, alongside, as always, Kryim and Dante of the Fallen Angels.
Sorry, things started off pretty silly before we even got on air. Right?
We just...
What were you just doing?
And then we get Big Dick to give us like the, oh, you fucked up look.
Yeah,
the angry dad look.
Yeah,
don't make me pull this podcast.
I will turn
over.
this fucking shit right around. Okay,
we will stop this podcast right in its tracks.
Don't do that. We're sorry.
All right, but not too much to get through this week. Actually, it's been a rather slow week. But
interesting tidbits, though.
Interesting tidbits. The first thing we do want to talk about, though, apparently the Tough Enough runner-up, which is another term for loser, Tough Enough loser, got herself a contract to be on Total Divas, knocking off a wrestler, a worker, who's been on there and putting the work in, Naomi. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, what's this new chick's name?
I don't even know. Don't care. All I know is that somebody who had lost, has nothing to do with the business, has now taken a spot, a prime spot, from somebody who's been in there a long time.
Yep.
So, who actually worked really hard to get really good at her craft.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, she came in as a dancer. Yeah. She was a dancer. That was her trade. She came in as a dancer.
Yeah.
Okay? And to put your body on the line and do the shit that she does week in and week out, and your thanks is, yeah, we're going to replace you with this upstart.
Yeah.
It's not even an upstart. She wasn't supposed to be... Okay, ideally, yeah. Quote unquote, you lost, so that means you're not
lost.
in.
You go away now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, you got to remember, in today's society, you do now get the trophies.
Yeah, the fucking participation trophy.
So that's her...
Well, here's the thing, but it's not even that. It's the idea that... And I know this may be a very sexist thing to say.
Sexy?
Sexist.
Oh, sexist.
Sexist.
Sexy.
What's wrong with being sexy?
The women on Tough Enough, it's easier for them.
Well,
because you know what? You got people like Ava Marie that can't fucking work, but she gets a goddamn spot because she's hot.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is supposed to prove it.
Some good.
Whoa! All
right, we're starting early.
Whoa.
Yeah, no,
I'm just
the Blind
coffee.
Tag after hours.
You're 100% right because this just shows it.
Yeah,
because you lost.
You fucking lost,
and now you get somebody else's spot.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't understand.
Well, that's how a lot of the boys look at Tough Enough. If you ask God, look at how Kevin Owens came in and came at Cena. You know what? You may have a year on me, but I've been doing this just as long. Just because you made it here before me doesn't mean that I'm any less of a worker than you are. And the thing is that the thing with Tough Enough is that I didn't even watch it, but from what I noticed, it was a lot of non-wrestlers that they chose, and that's going against the dream of becoming a wrestler. Why is this girl?
Yeah,
why? Because she's a good piece of.
She's good looking. It's incredibly sexist. It's not fair.
To the wrestling
business. It isn't fair.
That's not fair at all.
According to Hammer, she should be in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant. She shouldn't even be in the ring.
What year is it?
A lot of guys would venture to say, guys, normal people, friends on my Facebook or whatever, are like, do you really watch this show? What do you really fucking care? And you know what? As a worker, I can feel like a sting for that. I mean,
for Naomi. I feel bad for Naomi.
Yeah, because you know what? She's worked hard.
She's putting the work
She's fucking hired by the company.
Yeah. She is contracted.
She's contracted by the
WWE.
company, and she lost her spot to somebody who didn't win the contest.
It's like wasting a spot to do some stupid interview, whatever, instead of actually having a real match. So you're giving up your spot for somebody to sit in a ring and do their gimmick instead of letting a real match happen too. That also takes away.
It's I don't know. I find it embarrassing because
it's a little offensive. To be honest.
It is. And here's the thought on that. If they're trying to do a Divas Revolution showing that women can be strong wrestlers too, all you've done is show that you just need to be hot and you can get your spot.
And we've always known that.
Yeah, but I mean, like you're in one way you're trying to women's rights, women's whatever. And then at the same time, you just fucking took all that back.
You just pretty much proved that it has nothing to do with
talent.
talent.
Yeah,
you don't have to be
talented.
You just have to be a good looking piece of ass.
To be fair, it's Total Divas, not the wrestling. Okay,
it's somebody else's spot.
I'm saying it's a Total Divas show, not Raw. She's not on Raw. She's not on NXT.
You're absolutely right, but you think she's not going to be you don't think she's going to be on live events?
And this is going to be an argument that's going to go back and forth because he's talking from a fan's point of view. You're talking from that worker's point of view who that could have been, somebody's spot.
She has no business being in the ring, okay? She doesn't, okay? The fact that Naomi lost her spot, okay, that's shitty. That does suck. But you know what? It's not personal. It's business. And you know what?
Business.
Sex sells.
And
you know what? Business. She's better looking than Naomi. I hate to fucking say that. That's a fucking terrible thing for me to say.
Business, because way. Yeah, it is. In one way, you're trying to
just kind of just proved what you were just saying. Well, she's only there because she's a good-looking piece of ass. Yeah, so I'm going to watch because she's a good-looking piece of ass better than Naomi.
You're trying to say, oh, Divas Revolution, they can kick ass and stuff like that. That's great, but now you just proved to everybody that all you need to be hot is to get a fucking spot on the goddamn roster.
She's not on the roster.
You don't think she's going to be doing? You don't think she's going to be on the roster? Are you
Give
high?
it time. Give it time, dude. Because you know what, Miz was not a winner. And look at where he is at now.
The male runner-up is he's going to be indie bound soon.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear from him.
He's going to be Maven.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but it's
is it because Maven all he had was a great drop kick. That was about it.
Here's the thing.
Because you can tell him that when we see him at the Legends of the Ring.
I will.
I feel, like I said, I do feel bad for Naomi. It's unfortunate that it happened, but again, if I'm the producer of Total Divas, the better looking the woman, the better the ratings. Sorry.
It's supposed to be about. It's supposed to high five. All right. It's supposed to be.
You know exactly what I was doing too, right? All right.
That's a joke for just us. That's a joke for just us.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So no, if it's supposed to be about the girls in the wrestling business, what the fuck is this one doing?
It's not about the wrestling business.
No.
Total Divas is not about the wrestling business.
You didn't hear anything I just said. I said if it's supposed to be about the girls in the wrestling business, what is that girl going to be doing on a show?
But yes, I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, Total Divas has nothing to do with wrestling. Nothing.
No, you did not hear what I said. I said it was about the girls in the wrestling business.
Okay.
That's what the show is about.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Sure.
Okay, so Nikki Bella selling houses has something to do with wrestling.
I said it's about the girls in the wrestling business.
Apparently not, because they're hiring fucking girls to go...
That was my fucking point!
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm being... Listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right? I understand what you're saying.
No, you don't.
You
really don't.
See, so you're not going to listen?
Go ahead.
I'm just going to sit here?
Go ahead.
Okay. You said that it's about the girls in the wrestling business, right? Yeah. That's what Total Divas is about.
Yes.
At least that's what it's supposed to be about. Okay?
Okay.
I'm saying it has nothing to do with the wrestling business. It has everything to do about catty bitches. That's what I'm saying.
The show is about the girls in the wrestling business. That's what it's about.
I mean, The show is nonsense, okay? It's garbage.
Brain poison.
It's fucking brain poison, okay? I think we can agree on that, okay?
According to Wikipedia, Total Divas is an American reality television series that premiered on July 28, 2013 on E! The series gives viewer an inside look at the lives of the WWE Divas from their work within the WWE to the personal lives. Behind-the-scene footage of the Divas is also included.
It's about the girls in the wrestling business. So what is this girl?
What I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying now, right? Is that they're bringing in this girl that clearly has nothing to do with the wrestling business, right?
Which is a fucking shame.
Which proves my point that the show actually doesn't have anything to do with the wrestling business. It has everything to do with selling beautiful women.
Excuse me. That's how I feel about that.
Okay? They're selling you, and you're buying it. They're selling you, and you're buying it.
I'm buying it from a fucking worker standpoint.
No.
No. I watch, I watch the show. Fuck it. I'll admit it. I watch the show. But you know what?
And if you notice, the female is just staying completely out of this conversation because it's just ridiculous. At the end of the day, it's a worker
who earned her spot and just has it swept away because somebody was prettier.
I'm sorry. How many times in the Indies have girls gotten their spots because of who they're dating? You don't need to be a worker nowadays to get a spot on a wrestling show.
Or you have to be a worker.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, well,
Not necessarily. How many boyfriends have their girls be like, "Oh, she's my valet now," and she's never taken a bump?
Well, sure.
How many times have you seen that?
But you really don't see that up on the show. You don't get the WWE by just being a girlfriend, really.
Look, can we all agree that Ava Marie has no reason being in the fucking ring?
You have an anger issue with her.
Well, it's not. It's because it's not fair.
It's like looking at Alicia Fox. She shouldn't be in the ring either. Who was it dragging her around the ring that one night?
Fucking
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, yeah, dragging her fucking around the ring.
Literally dragging her around the ring. How do you have a match when you got to drag? You've had to drag people around the ring. Shitty, bad.
Yeah.
I mean, get in the ring, not out of the ring. You.
Yeah, fucking
up and over, not over and out, dickhead.
I mean, her getting hired proves my point. That's what I'm saying.
He's going from a sex sells point of view, which gets ratings. You're going, it's not fair to the worker.
It's not fair to the worker.
It's not.
You guys are going to keep going back and forth on this.
Well, this is the fun part, right?
I understand, but it's just you're just hitting a wall now at this point. You're very, very passionate about your view of it, and he's very passionate of his view of it, and you're going to keep hitting heads because
I
you're
think
both.
he secretly watches the show.
No, the evidence proves my point.
No, he's so passionate about it. I mean,
the evidence proves my point.
He's poking the bear.
Of course he is.
He's getting
No,
all riled up.
I think his favorite is Alicia Fox.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I love it. Says the guy who binge watches this shit on fucking Saturdays. That's all I'm saying.
Is that how busy work is?
Yeah, well.
Right. Anyway, moving on.
Are you part of the Fox Glove? Are you part of that?
I'm part of the fucking glove. What? The Fox? What?
I don't know. I'm just making up words.
The Fox.
Words.
Yeah.
Words.
You're Alicia Fox fan?
How many of us know them? Words.
All right. So apparently, staying in line with the Total Divas, apparently there was a bar fight with Paige and Alicia Fox, right?
Well, no. What happened was they were at a bar after a show. I don't remember which show. But it happened last week, so it had to be after Monday or Tuesday night show.
Yeah.
Okay. They were just sitting in a bar having a few drinks. This drunk bitch comes up to them and starts getting in their face.
Just talking junk for no reason.
The girl fucking throws her drink at Paige.
Why
Paige
would you do
then
that?
throws her drink, and as the bartenders call it, a martini fight ensued. And then it went to fisticuffs, and everybody got kicked out.
Why would you pick a fight with Paige?
Because you know how many people will walk up to a pro wrestler and go, "Yeah, all that shit's fake. I could take you on," and it happens all the fucking time. Hey, you know Shawn Michaels? That's not his real face. That's his second face. His first face got smushed in by a couple of Marines who said, "Yeah, you're a pro wrestler, all right," and they beat the fuck out of him. I think you could pull that up on.
Yeah, you can. I know. One of the more famous ones was Jim Ross was telling a story about Danny Hodges, and he was famous for like breaking pliers in his hands. He was noticed for that strong grip, and there was guys who always try to come and test his grip, and it was like, oh, all right, well, watch this happen. And the guy crushes his hand.
Like,
come on, Stiffy Offie doesn't have the name Stiffy Offie for nothing. I mean, like, you'll pop your eye out. Eat it.
Let me put it to you this way: I'm 6'3", I'm over 300 pounds. I'm a big guy, okay? But the guys that are working in this goddamn business are, people that look like fucking Ryback or The Rock or shit like that. They're fucking cut. They're fucking gigantic, okay? You don't pick fights with people that are bigger than you.
Alcohol gives people a lot of false courage.
Look, I've been drunk. I never thought I could go up to Ryback and be like, fuck you, you fucking fucker. I don't do that because I'm not a fucking moron.
I used to be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I was
in
fucking high school. No, all right? That's not how it works.
Lineman in high school. I could take Ryback. I could take Brock Lesnar. No, you really can't.
No, you can't. Okay, no, you can't. These men will kill you.
And so that's what happened. These girls, I get this... For who knows, this drunk broad probably didn't even know that they were wrestlers. If you don't watch, I mean,
but even
wrestling. Honestly, wrestling is not a big genre for women. It's not. There's a very small percentage of us that watch it or work in the business.
Yeah,
it's because as you were saying, it's cutthroat. It's not easy to be a woman in this industry.
Yeah,
Taz actually has a decent story. Well, he doesn't have a decent story, but he used to just
go
back.
He
used to go back to his hotel room. He didn't like to go out to the bars because when Taz was
when Taz was Taz,
it was like fuck the world. Even if you can't survive, I'll let you. He said if he ever went to the bar, he would constantly have guys trying to test him, and he didn't want that.
And that's down in Philly. Yeah. You don't want to go to a bar in Philly.
You don't want to go to Philly.
And let me put it to you this way:
Philadelphia.
I don't know if you guys ever seen Taz, but he looks intimidating. He didn't look.
He's a smaller guy, but he's built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, like why is it a good idea to test people? Because Brock Lesnar, right? People probably had that dumb idea, like I could take him.
I got an idea.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legit NCAA champion. He's a UFC champion. He was a World Wrestling champion. At what point in your fucking drunken haze do you go, hey? Look, I got 2 inches on him. I could take him. Why don't you not have people who love you and go like, man, that's
how you know. That's how you know these people don't have friends,
right?
Okay, no, because there's no friends going. No, don't do that.
Yeah,
okay.
They're like, go. I got to see this. Go.
Yeah,
you got to suplex you through that fucking table.
I'm just gonna sit back and eat the popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully there's no bad repercussions for Paige because she's a great worker and I love watching her.
It happens. I mean, this is not the first time that we've heard about. Look, I grew up in Rahway, and there's a place called the Rahway Inn, and all the boys used to go there. We're talking Snuka, Roddy Piper, because Piper used to live in Woodbridge, Sheiky, and Hacksaw. I don't know, some of you older listeners out there who are about the same age as I am would probably remember the feud between Sheiky and Hacksaw. Well, they were coming from the Rahway Inn together in the same car, because, that's keeping kayfabe, right?
This was back in the era of kayfabe.
And, so a cop caught somebody doing something they shouldn't have been doing in the car while they were driving.
Oops.
And pulled them over. And they were on their way to Madison Square Garden that night to have their match. And needless to say, they didn't make it to the show that night because they found some goodies in the car.
Some stuff that shouldn't have been in the car.
So, that's... But they were coming from the...
Yeah.
And I've heard about the bar fights that would happen there.
Sure.
I mean...
Well, that's why I don't understand. These guys, they may not be... they're not football players or anything like that, but at the end of the day, these guys are athletes. You guys are coming at... They train every day.
Yeah.
Okay?
If I don't have the six-pack abs that, say, like Barrett has... Probably don't want to go after Barrett because he probably has the stamina to beat the shit out of him.
But it's also here's another view of it. This is a little before your Ren days, but we do have some New York Rennies who do listen to our show.
Yes.
And they will remember a place that we all used to go to called the Barn, and they would play music for us. The beer was really cheap, the food was really good, and they took really, really good care of us. And then the locals would show up later in the night. And then they would see the girls dancing together, and then they thought they could do stuff with the girls, and then that would always lead to a bar fight after every Saturday night. And you would figure by this time the locals would not screw with the Rennies because most of these kids are from the streets in New York City.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to mess with these kids. They're not kids anymore. They all have kids of their own. But back then, we were a group of people you did not want to fuck with. And these little skinny yokels would come in, and every friggin' fucking...
Every night.
Every Saturday night, it would end up with a brawl between the Rennies and the locals, and the cops would show up and go, all right, you guys go back to the Tux, you guys go home. And that's how nobody ever got arrested, but it's like, it's the same thing. Why poke the bear when you know you're going to get your ass handed to you? Because alcohol will help you take the punch a little easier,
that's
but
it's
going to hurt you in the morning.
I'll never understand it. But anyway.
Well, just one more thing is, Paige comes from England, and England is known for being hookers and shooters.
It's like trying to mess with an Irishman.
Yeah, go ahead, try to do that shit with fucking Regal in the bar. He'll stretch you. But what I'll say is
Barrett.
It was martini fight, so I'm guessing they were just throwing drinks at each other. It's not like she went after Tamina.
No, but I mean, it
did end up in fisticuffs.
It did end up in fisticuffs, and then they pulled the girls apart, and everybody got kicked out of the bar.
I'm pretty sure Paige would break that woman in half.
Oh yeah, she's
whoever that woman was. I mean, unless it's fucking Ronda Rousey, I'm pretty sure Paige would fucking break her in half. All right.
It's kind of like the one that was making fun of Ronda Rousey's family being
how'd that
deceased.
happen? Yeah, how'd that work out? She had a 30-second knockout. She whooped her ass.
Hey, you want to talk about my family?
Yeah, do it again.
Talk about my family?
Do it again. Anyway,
the baddest woman on the planet.
Something interesting happened on Monday Night Raw. Ryback, while we were me and Kryim, we're watching. I got my name switched up. We're watching Monday Night Raw, and Ryback was coming out to wrestle, and then he did something that you don't really do like ever. Okay,
well, it stuck out, yeah.
Yeah, and then he took his Intercontinental title, and he handed it to a kid in the crowd. Okay, completely randomly. It seemed completely random.
Yeah, because you don't do that. I mean,
now obviously the kid was in awe. Okay, so me and Kryim looked at each other like, "Oh shit!" Like, I hope he got permission to do that, because if he didn't, that kid can just leave now.
Yeah, he can just leave, and that belt is his.
And that belt is his, and no one can take it away from him.
Can't see me.
Come to find out that was actually a Make-A-Wish kid for Ryback. He wanted to meet Ryback, and when he went to go meet him,
I think it
was the day before, Ryback didn't have the IC title with him. Mm-hmm. And he felt really, really bad. So they invited the kid in, and he gave the title to him with Vince's permission, which is really nice.
Well, he let him hold on to the title.
Well, no, he didn't give it to him, but he let him hold on to it during the match.
So you can touch this while I'm in the ring, and then you have to give it back.
Yeah, I mean, like, first, good on him, right?
Yeah, good on him.
Good on him.
Good on him.
Good on him. But, because I was watching it, and I'm like, that's obscure, because that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. I mean, like, is it his son? I mean, like, that's the only way that type of thing happens. And, you kind of hope, like, if you don't see that, because you can't just hand out company property like that, because then you get your pee-pee spanked when you get in the back.
Yeah, then you're like, whoa, what have you done?
Yeah.
You have aired. Okay. But that was a good thing. I mean, WWE is very big with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, but good on Ryback. Good on him.
Good on him.
Good on him.
Good on him. That's just fucking out.
It's just fucking out. All right, so there is something that Dante wanted to speak on, and it was bothering her. It was bothering her a bit.
Well, it's not really. Well,
yeah.
It was all right. It was bothering me, but then somebody's telling me that we don't need to keep talking about professionalism in especially the indies.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that's where we're stuck, and we're in these trenches. So the least we could do is pass on some good advice.
My rumor has it that my contract's in the mail from WWE, so I'm just waiting on that.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on it. That's all.
Yeah, waiting.
So
I'll hold my breath.
So we did the show last week that we were pushing for the Harwood Fire Department, and our friend who got the show, Tasha, she booked the building and she booked the workers for it, but the fire department and the promotion itself did not push the show. So there's only so much you can do when you've got like 2 or 3 people pushing a show and busting their asses, and still nobody shows up. It had nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
You know, I have no ill will towards her or her husband. I swear they worked their fucking asses off to make this show happen. But there wasn't a lot of people at the show.
Yeah. Well,
so sometimes when that happens, you get your ones who think that they're bigger than they really are and pitch a bitch loudly.
Yeah.
And act really unprofessional in a locker room. I'm not going to say names, but out of that show, I'd say probably 90% of the people that were on the show and worked the show had a good time and acted very professional.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't matter if there's 10 people out there or 10,000 people out there.
Yeah, describe unprofessional. Describe that. What happened?
Well, unprofessional is you throw a temper tantrum in the locker room because you think you're not going to get paid because there's not enough people to cover what you think you deserve to get paid.
Yeah.
Well, first off, when this might be the only federation you work for, you know, what does that show you as a worker, okay? Yeah. When this is the one fed you work for.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2. You know, you don't work more than that. When the person who runs the promotion pitches a bitch about the crowd, but had done nothing.
Didn't promote it.
Did nothing to promote said it, and left her holding the bag with everything.
That's shitty.
You know, that's unprofessional. Professional is, well, let's do what we can with the crowd we have, and let's go out there and have a good time.
Sure. That's
professional. Calling it in the ring, that's not really professional. You still go out there. Yeah, all right, fine. You're not going to do the flippy dippy shit off the top of the top rope. If you're like Superfly, you're not going to come off the top rope for 10 people, but you still put on a good fucking match.
Yeah.
And when you guys go out, and what we kind of do with these type of shows, we call these shows for the boys. Where we kind of go out there and we do shtick to pop each other. Yeah. Where we try to break each other in the ring. And the more fun the audience sees us having, the more fun they're having.
Yeah.
And the one thing any audience, whether any type of entertainment that you're in, the audience wants to feel part of the show. And wrestling fans love being part of the show.
Sure.
As you've seen with tri-state area fans, if they feel like
they'll
put themselves in the show.
Yeah, they will entertain themselves.
So please remember, it doesn't matter if it's 10 or 10,000. You go out there and you put on a good show and you work your ass off, whether you get paid or not. And if a building is like that and you know the person, I gave our pay back. I said, here, take it, put it towards the fire department. You know, it was a drive for us to do, but we told her 2.5 years ago when she asked us, would we do the show? We said yes. I did this for my friend. I did the professional thing. I said, look, the people need it more than we do. Give it to the charity that you're raising it for. And apparently, I think we were the only ones who did that. Everybody else
took their fucking money.
Everybody else took their money. So, again, as a great, great, great teacher, friend, brother, and family member of mine once said, wrestler minus ego equals professional.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kodiak Bear. Love you, brother.
Kodiak.
And that was my little sermon there for Sunday for professionalism.
And that was your rant for the day.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add to that, Kryim?
You covered it.
Yeah. you had it. You got it good.
I think you thought it was going to go in a different direction when we first talked about it.
No, I kind of figured it was going to go that way, but I will say I did like the redneck WrestleMania moment.
It was. We got brought up via pickup truck from the building to the ring, and it was our redneck WrestleMania moment, and we had fun. And the match I did, I actually came back out for the first time in 15 years as Countess Noir, one of the leaders of the old ECPW Army of Darkness. Absolutely had a blast doing it, working with Timothy Plasma, and would love to do it again. Not that I'm leaving the Fallen Angels anytime soon, but sometimes you got to feed that dark side every once in a while.
We're not dark enough. I mean, I think
Well, no,
pretty
we go
fucking
outside.
dark.
We pontificate all the time. How's that pretty? You know,
We're pretty fucking dark. We talk about sinners and godless
Yeah,
humans.
but the Countess is black magic and that sort of thing, and the fallen angels is, you know, very highly religious. It's a totally
Hellfire
different.
and brimstone. It doesn't get much darker than hellfire.
He's going to pontificate. Don't pontificate. Don't do it.
This Sunday, I'll pontificate if I want. I'll pontificate all over you.
That's gross.
It's pretty
You have-
messy when he does. Let me tell you.
Put it right next to my mouth.
Yeah.
All right.
Open up. Here comes
Talking about the mic, you daft bastards.
So there is something that I myself wanted to talk about, and it seemed I didn't notice it until we brought it up when we were talking about topics yesterday. We started talking about Titus O'Neil, and we started talking about
Millions of dollars.
millions of dollars. But we started talking about how he's done a lot of charity work, and he's like Dad of the Year, Mega Dad of the Year.
2015.
Yeah.
Mega Dad of the Year.
Mega Dad of the Year, which is really cool. I mean, I think that's a fantastic award to win. But I started thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I understand why Titus is not heavyweight champion material is because he can't talk. Okay? He can't talk live on a mic. He can't really. Okay? Which is fine. Okay? Some people can, some people can't. Okay? But I started thinking, has there ever been a black heavyweight champion for WWE?
As far as
And the answer was no.
not really. I mean,
You can't count The Rock.
He's half black, half Samoan.
I'm talking full black, full black heavyweight champion of the world, and there has never been.
I mean, there has been for WCW.
We're not talking about
We're
that.
talking about WCW.
WWE.
WCW doesn't exist anymore. Okay? I'm talking about the only federation that, and I hate to say this, matters, okay, right now, and that's WWE. Okay? There has never been a black heavyweight champion.
If we're wrong, please let us know that we're wrong.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know.
I'm right.
We looked it up.
Yeah, we looked it up, didn't we?
and
Yeah, we looked up
we didn't see anything.
We looked up
The history of the heavyweight championship.
of the main heavyweight championship, because with the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship, one was branched back off from WCW.
All right, let me put it another way. Okay, there has never been the face of the WWE has never been a black man. Let's put it that way. I think that's a better way to put it.
That is a way to put it.
Yeah. Okay. And it struck me as, well, to be honest, surprising. Is there a specific reason, or do you think it's just sort of something that just happened? Like that's just the way it's happened.
That's just the way certain things have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this has got the whole.
It's got the flow chart.
It's got the flow chart. NWA, WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got all
You
that.
also have to look at who's still running things over there, and some of them are still very old school mentality.
So you're saying race might be an issue?
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not saying, but I'm not. You know.
You can neither confirm nor
I
deny.
Here's the
cannot.
thing. I mean, Pedro Morales has won the championship. Iron Sheik has won the championship. Let's see who else. Yokozuna's held the championship.
Yeah, but none of
None
these
of
guys
them
are
are
black.
African-American.
Yeah, none of them are African American. That's what I'm saying. No, there has not been an African American. The closest person was Farouk, but he was only champion in WCW, correct?
Ron Simmons, yeah, he was.
Ron Simmons.
He
I'm
was
sorry.
He beat
I
Vader.
said Farouk.
But that
That's
doesn't count
WCW,
for the
yeah.
history of.
For WWE, there has never been an African American heavyweight champion.
If you want to say
The closest has been The
I
Rock.
would
The
have
closest
to-
was The
yeah,
Rock.
but he's
only half black. You know, it struck me as really, really odd. It really did. And
yeah, it's.
Again, I don't know
But
if it's
they're
something that...
also, no offense, but their luck with African American workers.
They get hurt.
They get a lot of them because they're such big guys.
Yeah.
They get hurt quick and eat. You know, I mean, look
Yeah.
at Mark Henry. I mean, God, the guy's been out more than he's been in.
Well, hold on for 1 second. So you're saying the face of the company
Well, I reiterated because you said there was different belts. There's the WWE Championship, and then there was the
World Heavy. I'm trying to find a link to that.
Yeah.
The World Heavyweight Championship because that was like the SmackDown brand.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find.
Well, Booker T was the World Heavyweight Championship, right?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Booker T.
So this is when they branched it off into 2002. Triple H had gotten the big gold belt, and that's when they called it the World Championship. So I'm looking. Yeah, Booker T has King Booker has held Booker has held
King
that.
Booker.
But it's not. It was still not considered. It was the world.
It wasn't the.
It wasn't like the top belt.
What I'm saying is, there has never been an African American champion who was the man in the company. That's what I'm saying.
Mark Henry had it too.
But he was never the man. Do you understand? Like, you guys wouldn't know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying. It just struck me as really odd. That's all. You know, I think I don't think at this point I don't think it was intentional. Maybe back in like the fucking 60s and 70s it was. But I don't think now it's intentional.
Because even then you had your stars like Rocky Johnson and
Tony Atlas.
And I mean, you had your names.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas hate each other?
I don't know. That's something we need to ask Strangler about. But he's down the shore with my son today. So.
Oh, okay.
They're having some goddad and godson time together.
Some good times.
The last thing that we'll comment on is a rumor.
Well, hold on. We got to do something that we haven't done in a long time, and we got to put out a bolo for Iron Mike Sharp.
Iron Mike Sharp.
We do have to do that.
Yes, last we actually got the information that we got last is that he is living in Canada with his mom because he has some very bad health issues. But as far as where his mom is, we don't know in Canada. So if anybody knows how to find Iron Mike Sharp's mom,
we're trying to find Iron Mike Sharp.
We'd like to find Iron Mike Sharp. If we had to go for his mom, we'll go for his mom and pull the thread from there. But we really want to get in contact with Iron Mike Sharp.
There's a lot of his students that would like to get back in touch with him and
honor him.
Yeah.
So
that and I'd love to interview him.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's if he shows up on time because we all know that he always had a thing about being late.
Oh.
That's why he lost his contract with WWE.
Yeah.
He couldn't
couldn't get there on time.
He was always the last one there and the last one to leave.
All right. So, but like I said, the last thing we'll comment on is a rumor that WWE is maybe looking to sign the Hardy Boys.
It's going to be Attitude Era all over again.
Well, I mean, it does make sense. They just got the Dudley's Boys back. Unfortunately, Edge and Christian can't come back because Edge is, he literally can't wrestle anymore.
And Christian can't really walk anymore because his knees are shot. So
it's interesting because let's see, the Dudley Boys come back. They have Sting come back. Now they're talking about the Hardy Boys. Are they doing a TNA invasion and just nobody telling us about it?
It's just slow, and you don't notice it until it's too late.
And then it's too late.
And then it's too late, and then you have 6 sides to a ring. And suddenly there's a fucking 6-sided ring. Wait, what happened?
I did kind of like the little moment that they did on Monday Night Raw with the Dudley Boys and
Edge and Christian,
New Day,
and the New Day, yeah.
And what they should have done was have Edge and Christian be like, they don't even know what a TLC match is.
Yeah.
They don't know.
The Dudley Boys should have walked up and was like, "Hey, Edge, Christian, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, long time no see." You look over at the New Day, like, these guys think they're champs.
They don't know.
They don't know what it's like.
They haven't even heard of a TLC match, and they just start laughing. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But
little pop though. Little pop.
Ask Edge what it was like to be on fire when he hit that table.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of New Day, just real quick, I'm digging the fact that he comes out with a trombone now.
Oh my god,
that is hysterical.
Oh my god, when they start doing the stomps in the corner, and he starts tooting the trombone, just as he's fucking stomping him in the corner, and then he whips him into.
How much you would have bet he probably played that in high
knows
school
how to play.
or college band or something like that? It's like you with your vuvuzelas.
Yeah. Well, he played the Final Fantasy fanfare.
Yeah, he did the Final Fantasy fanfare, which is amusing. But Yeah, so hopefully that would be pretty.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat to have the Hardys back. But you guys do have a couple shows that you want to push, yeah? Or we also want to push Legends of the Ring.
Legends
Be at Legends of the Ring.
Legends of the Ring.
I'm excited about that one. I mean, we cut our teeth with the Rhode Island Fan Fest number 5, which was a great opportunity to get our feet wet with.
Yeah.
But
Get our feet wet. Big Dig's like, fuck it, jumping in the deep end, going to get JR. He just manned up.
They added 2 names.
Oh.
We're gonna pull it up there. Vamp.
Yeah.
Vamping. Vamping. Good guests.
Yes, you're moving.
There you
Get
go.
it to fucking
Go
together.
down all the way to the bottom.
All the way, Mom?
All the way, Bob.
All right. Up a little. Right. Yep.
Right there.
So yeah, Outback Jack has been added. He'll be at the K&S WrestleFest table with Hillbilly Jim. And they also added Bob Backlund. He's doing a book signing.
I'd love to get Backlund.
It ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen because I don't know the first.
He wants 20 for autographs and 20 for photo ops, which isn't bad for I'll get a picture with Backlund. I don't give a shit. Bill Apter's book signing, and he's also doing a Q&A from 12 to 1 o'clock.
That's not enough. That's not enough time to ask Bill Apter all the
No,
questions.
but if we could somehow, I think Paul and I could wrangle Apter over because Paul actually knows Apter a little bit, so he can.
You mean Strangler?
Sorry, Strangler. Yes, Strangler next. Sorry.
Kayfabe!
What? What's that? Oh, Mandy Leon. That's a new name under Amish Roadkill, being with independent wrestling talent. That means they have their own table.
Oh, good. They got Vince Russo. We can just move right on over.
Moving on. Nah.
Yeah, he's done so much for the business.
Technically, you're not wrong.
ZZ Lupe. That's a new one.
ZZ Lupe.
That's going to be at the DMG Promotions Presents.
All right. Casey Carlisle just got added to Damage 365. Let's see here. Oh, they got Deborah McMichael.
Interesting.
Jazz, China, Howard Finkel.
All right. But when is this? When is it?
It is October 3rd.
October 3rd.
At the Crown Plaza.
In Monroe, New Jersey.
Monroe, New Jersey. The doors open at 8:30, and it's from 8 to 4, I believe the time is.
Is it 8 to 4? I think it might be. The doors open at 8:30, but I think
8 to 4. Yeah,
8:30
to 4.
8:30 to 4. Because I know that they have, and also they have a lot of their super tickets are already sold, and the deadline for this event, if you're ordering tickets, is September 15th, which is this Tuesday. So if you plan to go, get your tickets now.
Get your
tickets. Tickets are cheap. It's $20.
It's actually not that bad. Yeah.
$20 for all those people.
Yeah.
I would love, because Vicky Guerrero is supposed to be booked here. I would love to get on our podcast just to talk to her. Because she was over as the fucking...
Everybody hated her.
Everybody hated her, and now she had retired from the business.
I have a feeling she'll be pretty easy to get.
Yeah,
I do.
She retired from the business, and I'm wondering how she adapts to a normal 9-to-5 job. Like, that's a good question to ask.
She doesn't need a normal 9-to-5 job now if she was smart.
Well, no, but I mean, apparently she does medical transcribing now at a doctor's office. I mean, like, she's like 9-to-5 job.
Yeah,
she went back to being
regular Joe.
She went back to being a mom.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
She picked up for, when Eddie passed away, God rest his soul and everything, but I mean, she picked up, had to do what, had to be done.
And that was one of the good things that WWE did, which was step up and said, hey,
here's a spot for
you.
Here,
we can put you here. You want to do this? You want to be the breadwinner now? We'll bring you in, we'll give you plastic surgery.
She
took that ball and ran.
We'll try to fix you up the best we can.
Okay, so we won't bring that up when we talk to her, if we talk to her.
Don't. I was just trying to build up something.
August 2nd. Or, I'm sorry, not August. Jesus fucking Christ.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
The day before Legends of the Ring, we will be doing a show for Sanctuary, which is up in Hazleton, PA.
October 2nd.
Yeah, October 2nd. I believe that's a 7 p.m. show. We are not sure who we're working just yet, but I'm hoping we can get our hands on them Grayson boys.
Want a piece of them Grayson boys?
Yeah, I think somebody needs to be. Needs to be
humbled. Humble.
Yes.
October 10th.
October 10th is the Bayville show for SWF. We will be
defending our titles
against we don't know.
We don't know.
We never do.
It doesn't matter.
We'll find
it
out.
doesn't matter.
We'll
It
find
doesn't
out.
matter.
It just doesn't matter.
No,
It just doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
It just doesn't matter. But no, that one is at Blackbeard's Cove.
Cave, I think. Blackbeard's Cave.
Clash
No,
at the Cave.
I'm sorry, Clash at the Cave at Blackbeard's Cave. There's a meet and greet starting at 1:30 to 2:30, so you can come on out and we'll be signing autographs and stuff for people. It is in, like I said, Bayville, New Jersey. Bell time for the show itself is at 3 p.m. It's an outdoor show. So, basically, if you bring your own chair, they'll only charge you $15 at the door.
Yeah.
General admission is $20. I believe all ringside seating has been sold out.
No shit.
Yep. The Faces of Fear will be there against Tony Atlas and the Patriot. That's one of the big matches happening that night. You also have Eric Corvus are going to be on the show. And if Kryim would have scrolled up, I could have looked at the poster and told you who else was there. So it's all good.
Okay, well, there it is.
There we go. And there's Riot and Delmonico and Pat Buck and Sir Christopher Michaels that we were supposed to work with. Damian Darling is on the card as well. And the rain date. The rain date will be Sunday, October 11th.
Because it is an outdoor show.
It is an outdoor show, so yes. So, once again. Oh, wait.
What?
Hmm?
The meet and greet is at the C&B Huntington's. Okay, that's not what we were... Okay.
Scratch that.
I'm not sure where CB Huntington's is, but apparently we'll be there from 1 to 2:30 and then rush our asses over to Blackbeard's so we can do a 3 o'clock bell time. Let's see how well that works.
Reasons.
But yeah, it's going to be a good show. There's a lot of good names, and let me tell you, we know we're going to work our asses off like we always do, and we're going to put on a good match with whoever we end up working with.
Beat the hell out of them.
Well, yeah, we'll bring them a little religion. We will.
Beat that good book into them.
Is there anything else that
No, that's it.
covered? That's
we
it?
covered everything.
They're just
covered
covering
it.
it. They're hiding their heads. What are you doing? Giving you the good book!
We covered everything, guys.
Okay.
So, I think that'll cover everything for the week. So, for Kryim and for Dante,
Hi.
I'm Big Dick Gideon, and we will see
Dick.
you all
Dick.
next week.
He said dick.